Hey friends, Russ here having more Daisy Lever gun fun, and I've got a nice little piece I want to show you here right now. This is something really unique. It's a 500 shot, number 30 type, model 27, reverse cocking, blued, Daisy manufactured Daisy BB gun. And it has some very special things about it. Now, if you look at the top, you'll notice there's no spring retainer going down into the bottom. It does have the rear sight, and the rear sight has these two D10 tabs holding it in place. But the reason it doesn't have the spring retainer is because it is a reverse cocking gun. In other words, whenever you pull it forward, it goes forward fairly simply. Nice and easy. Even though it's a low pivot. But when you go to pull it back, that's where the effort comes in. You pull it back, and it gives you a nice, sharp, crisp firing of the gun. Now, this gun, according to Gary Garber's Encyclopedia of Daisy Plymouth Guns, from what I can tell on the details of this gun, was built between 1927 and 1932. So within that 5-year period, this gun was produced, well before even World War II. Roll stamping on here is nice and crisp. It tells you all about it. It says Plymouth, Michigan, Daisy 500 shot. Everything is right on top. It even has the, if you look close, see if we can get this on the thing here, where it says Model 27, U.S. patent numbers, and it gives you the patent series and others pending. This gun is all original. It's what we like to call a survivor. It has that heavy iron cocking lever. It does have a whole lot of its original bluing left on the steel. Of course, at this time, they were making these with the patch on the bottom of the barrel shroud. All the original bolts are still in it. Nice looking stock for its age. It's actually the original wood on there. Loading port in the front is just a little, I think it's a 5/16 hole. And it has a turn in, turn out type of shot tube. This gun is really in nice shape. The only thing about this gun that is a little odd, and I'm going to pull out the shot tube to show you this. Come on. You look at the back end, you say, well, there's no magnet, no retaining spring or anything for the BBs. That's because when this one was made, this was actually made for lead shot. Now, to test it, I didn't have any lead shot, but to test it, I used one of the steel BBs, and I dropped it down into the muzzle. And this thing hits as hard or harder than any brand new Red Ryder or anything you're going to find that says it's 350 feet per second, but the Red Ryders that you buy never seem to cranny that far up. This thing here hits really, really hard. I haven't put it through the chronograph, but to tell you the truth, I'm thinking it's running 300 or better just as is. One thing I don't like about it is whoever had this gun at a prior time decided they were going to get a little ballistic with it, and I think they over-tightened it. They probably used a wrench or something, because if you look closely, I'm going to pull it up to the camera here. Let's see if I can get a shot at this. The seam in the shot tube is on a spiral. It almost looks like it has rifling. I don't believe it does. I think what happened, somebody got on this and they tightened it so much, instead of using just fingertip and making sure everything was clean inside, that they bent and put a twist in that shot tube. The irony is, it still works. Even though it has that deformity to it, it still works. And luckily, you can always replace one if you can find one, or you can adapt a new style to this gun. But to tell you the truth, if you're going to just single shot it, or you're going to feed the BBs down in and let them drop in, this actually works. I'm amazed, but it does work. So this little puppy here is going to, I picked it up a few years ago, but it's going to go to a new owner. I don't have anybody picked out yet, but if I don't have someone to appreciate this gun and decide to take it off my hands before the Airgun show on April 27th, 2024, then this is coming with me, and I'll be selling it there. I'll be putting it on my table if I still have it by then. The Airgun show, of course, I'm referring to is Central PA Airgun Show, and you can find that at centralpaairgunshow.com, April 27th, 2024. And if you want to see this one in person, stop by the show, and hope to see you there. There it is. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.